All right, guys, what's going on? It's your boy ABK. You know why I'm here. Let's get on with this weekly analysis. You know what I do? First, we go over the news that's going on, and then after that, we go into the charts. Thank God it's Sunday because I can't. I usually am happy and excited when the markets are open because I get to make money. Get to make every opportunity that way. You know why I'm here. Yes, sir. All right. So let's go ahead and get this started. So today slash tomorrow, no news. No news on Monday. Tuesday we have AUD news, which is CPI. So watch that for 7:30 p.m. Expect some volatility in the market for the AUD for the Australian dollar. 9 a.m. you have Canadian dollar news, which is monetary policy report and rate statements. So that this usually brings some volatility into the market. So you just gotta obviously be careful when these news events are going on. 10:15 a.m. on Wednesday, same thing. We have a press conference. So this is what you honestly would want to watch for. You don't want to watch for the rate statement or the monetary policy report. You want to wait for that press conference to go by. So once you get that press conference, then that's when like so whatever whoever's saying it, because I don't really know nor care who's talking, but whoever's talking, that usually what they say is what might bring some volatility into the market. So you want to watch that. JPY news, basically when they say tentative, that means all day. You want to just watch and see JPY volatility or movements, anything like that. Thursday we have USD, the advanced GDP news, which they were expecting 31.4% negative, but what they're forecasting right now is 32%. So we, I don't know what to think about that. But before I even go any further, guys, please, 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 please be careful. The U.S. elections is going on, and it's just, especially with how 2020 has been so far, and despite whoever likes Donald Trump or doesn't like Donald Trump, I don't honestly care because I don't like neither of the presidential electors up there. But just know that this I because I've never traded I haven't been a trader long enough to know how the markets react in just a regular election, so this is an election year, and it's known that there's a lot of volatility in the markets, and you might get some flash crashes or just a spike in price all of a sudden. Protect your account, use a stop loss, because even your stop losses, when there's slippage, your stop losses won't even matter. You'll probably get taken out of the trade when your broker is able to get you out of the trade, and it's not going to be their fault because that's just how the brokers play. So again, please, with these coming days, if you're going to trade US dollar pairs, and not even US dollar pairs, because I know that there's a lot of other countries that depend on US dollar and stuff like that. So they have to, again, just be careful in the market overall. Use a stop loss. Risk management is important and all that stuff because, again, these elections, you don't know what could happen. These elections could probably make either the DXY go freaking up back up to 100 like within a couple minutes, or it can flash crash all the way down to like 90 or something like that. So just be careful out there. Euro news 7:45 was pretty late for Euro news, but it's like refinancing rate and 8:30 press conference. Again, it's the press conference you want to watch for usually, and not the actual what they're talking about. And Canadian dollar, it's on Friday 7:30 a.m. Central Standard Time is GDP. And so that's going to be it for the news events that I want to watch for. Again, as I usually always say, I don't care for medium impact or low impact news. I watch the high impact news because that's what brings the most volatility to the market. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off my camera and let's get to these charts. Once my daughter gets her laptop back, I'll probably be able to leave my camera on so that I can be just doing the charts and recording on her laptop because that makes things faster until I get a new computer, which is probably going to be during Christmas. All right, let me get off of there. I don't know why I didn't have this loaded up before getting on, but that's fine. But yeah, guys, like I said, it's just I'm actually going to be really careful And no, I'm not gonna be really careful. I'm gonna trade the same way I trade because I already practice. I'm already careful trading. But yeah, just when it comes to these elections, you may never know what the markets are gonna do. And I know there's a lot of traders, or not even beginner traders. I just know that there are a lot of traders that they don't trade with stop losses or anything like that. That's the most irresponsible thing that you can do, especially at this point in time. Just in any case or scenario, just trading without a stop loss, because if, like I said, if a crash happens or if a spike happens out of nowhere, there goes your account. So just waiting for this to load up and then I'll get started on these charts. Of course, I start off with that DXY all the time. I really don't know why I didn't start. Hold on. All right, so DXY. DXY, I'm still looking for this buy here. I'm still looking for this bullish push to the upside here. So because I mean, I know that this isn't necessarily the correct, I'm doing air quotes if anybody's wondering, correct way to draw fibs out, is because from this impulsive move to the upside, we did get some type of retracement here, but I don't really care. I still wanted price to go up. Price pushed up a little higher than that. It didn't really do a deep enough pullback for me, so I'm therefore considering this one whole pullback. And we had price come down back into this buy box that I have drawn. And also it's hit this support down here where we can naturally see, come on drawing, there you go. Naturally see one, two. I see this fake out over here, these equal lows, which is kind of where I expect price, or not kind of expect price, but that's where I want price to come back down to. Then of course you have all of this right here as well. So that's why I'm kind of like, I want to see price go bullish, especially since it came back down here and rejected the same area. But I wanted it to really come down to the 78.6, and that's when I was going to get into my Euro USD buy. It never got down there, and basically, let me see on the 4-hour time frame. Although I really do not like, oops. Although I really do not like seeing this gap in the market, I would want it to come back and close up that gap. I still kind of want to see this get hit. I still want to see this 92.330 get hit. It might not happen though, and this plain and simply why I think it might not. Look where price came and rejected off of before it freaking made this gap. I hate that gap. But it came in my usual buy slash sell box, whatever you want to call it. And let me get this looking better. There you go. So it came into my buy box, and then I mean, like I said, I don't like this gap, but this is obviously not obviously, because sometimes gaps don't get closed, but I do want this to come back down to close this gap up before it even thinks about going bullish. But I do expect price to keep going and making higher highs. Go on to the 1-hour time frame real quick. And yeah, same thing, guys. Once it broke the structure right here. This is what had me say that, okay, maybe price is gonna go bullish. Then it came down, came in my area that I like to sell from, and then went bullish. I just don't like this gap, but gotta play how the market plays. So let's go into arbitrage to the left. I mean to the right side, and let's see what it's talking about long term. And for those who are watching and they don't know what this indicator is, this is my indicator that gives me the edge in the market, or that gives me my edge in the market. This is the tool that I use. Tells me when to buy or sell on whatever time frame, on whatever stock, on whatever pair, on whatever cryptocurrency. And like I said, it just tells me when to buy or sell. just depending on different things. I have a video on my YouTube page that you can refer to so that you can learn more about this. But anyways, so yes, even though I do see that this gap has happened, I still see that price is still under my RSI line right here, right? Let me get my annotation tool. Let me see. So, what the heck? So price is under this RSI line, this black line that I have right here. Price is still currently under it, and therefore I'm not even going to think about trying to get into a buy until it breaks. But even that, I don't like how it looks right now. I still would rather price push down again to where my entry is at, because I have a sell limit on EURUSD, and so if this pushes down, EURUSD will push up. But I still have that mindset on this pair right now. If we go into the 4-hour time frame, it's nowhere near calling for a buy. Well, it's nowhere near. It still has to break this high before it even thinks about calling for a buy. And on the daily time frame as well, it's sitting. I like where it's sitting at. Let me clear this off. Let me put this on real quick, and I'll remove this fib for now. You guys see where this support is at? I like seeing that where price is currently at on arbitrage, because on arbitrage, I use this part right here. I use this as, oops, did not mean to do that. I use this as a support. I use this area right here, this shaded black area. I use that as support and resistance. This is the lower danger zone right here. And so when I see prices right there and it starts to give rejections like how it's giving right now, that lets me think that, okay, price might start to respect that and then go up, push up to the upside. But let's just say that I'm going to use this sell signal that right here. This, I did not mean to do that. Sorry. Let's just say that I want to use this sell signal that's right here, right? What I would expect price to do, if I was looking for sells on the DXY, I'd want price to come down, break out, and then retest this RSI line, then continue to the downside. But like I said, that's only if I'm looking for sells. I'm not looking for sells right now, but just saying that since the 1 hour, 4 hour, and the daily are all calling for sells, it's kind of risky to get into a sell. The 15-minute is calling for a buy, but at the same time, it's like I said, that gap in the market, I don't like it. I don't really usually look at the 30-minute time frame, but I'll go ahead and take a look just to get a better glimpse, a better understanding of what arbitrage is trying to do right now. Yeah, even on a 30-minute, it's climbed over this, but it's because of that gap that's the reason why it's going to call that buy. So we'll see how it goes. I'd rather, like I said, I'd want price to drop down some more, get me into some good entries on my USD related pairs, and then we could take it to the upside for the DXY. So let me go ahead and get on to EURUSD, and I'll explain the trade that I'm trying to get into with this. And I'm just being patient right now, but man, patience be killer. I'm just playing, not really. When you know what you're looking for and you have faith in your analysis, then it's not really a killer. It's really easy. And I need to hit up my sister later. Okay. So, boom. This is the trade setup that I'm looking for. Don't mind this. This was earlier when I was trying to calculate my pips, my pip count. I'm trying to get in to price at 1.19050 or 1.19020, whatever number up there. And again, this is from the Fibonacci from this push to the upside that it had all the way down here. Yes, I do see that price did retrace a little bit, but I'm not really considering that right now. I'm just looking at the overall push to the downside. I don't think that it retraced enough when it was up here. And yes, even if you put it right here, yes, this wick, I do like that. I do love that, but I'm still not satisfied by that. I'd want price to close and stuff like that up there. And Peyton will be like, man, that is not the way how you're supposed to use it, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But hey, if I take the L, then I'm risking a certain amount, right? But anyways, like I said, I want price to come up here, hit that 71% fib off the daily time frame, and then drop down and continue dropping. Like overall, I do understand that yes, that EU is definitely in bullish territories. If you're saying that it's trend, if it's bearish, then you must be out your mind. Well, not out your mind, but yeah, kind of out your mind. But I still want to see this retest of down here. I still haven't gotten this retest of when price went bullish and broke this up here, down here. I still want that retest before going to the upside, which, oh, would you look at that? Look what matches up perfectly with it, the extension. So if that can happen, that'd be awesome. I'm trying to take it down here, but I'm taking most of my profits when price comes back to these lows. So again, I'm just waiting for that setup to happen. I'm not really going to go into the lower time frames on that over there, but again, I mean, you see this gap right here is not much, and if you want to count this wick to the upside, then it looks like that gap has already been filled. It didn't close over there, but technically speaking, yeah, that's kind of what it did right there. If I go on to the lower time frames, then I'm pretty sure even on the 5 minute or the 1 minute it closed. Let me just do that real quick. Oh, it was just a wick. So maybe that is. I'm sorry. I'm getting way too deep into this, but I just want to show what it looked like. Yeah. So you see, this is the candle that came all the way up here on the 1 minute. Close that gap. So, and that's for Euro USD though. It didn't do it on the DXY, but kind of closed it on here. So if it's gonna sell right now, then so be it. It's not at a bad place to sell it. It's just not where I would want to sell it at. Still kind of want to go again. I still wanted to go and hit my limit order for me to get out. Daily time frame. We see the 30 minute. It hasn't called for the sell just yet. It's not there just yet, but it's getting there. Same thing as with the DXY. Have the upper danger zone up here. That's where my support's at. I mean, my resistance is at. I'm expecting price to drop. It did come in hit 61.8, so I can't really say that it could literally just stop right there and keep dropping. And if it does, then hey, maybe I'll just get in on the 30 minute and wait for the sell exit. That's honestly how I'm looking at this right now. So what I'll do is I'll wait in 17 minutes. In 17 minutes at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, I'll go ahead and probably enter this trade, and then I'll set the alert to tell me when to get out, and then I'll just play it like that. If it tells me to get out like in an hour or so, I'm gonna get out and wait. That's how I play the arbitrage, right? So that's just about it for Euro USD. Like I said, just looks the opposite of the DXY. Don't need to really talk much about it, just in an inverse way. I'm gonna go ahead and go on to GU. Okay. Again, just likewise with, like I said, let's get rid of this real quick. Likewise with EU, I wanted price to come up to the 71% right here so I could sell it and drop it down. But then we ended up, price literally came in with the 61.8 and then dropped. And I'm just like, bruh, come on, don't do me like this. So I have this support drawn, this 50% fib that I had drawn, like how many weeks, like how many, I don't know if it was a week or two ago. And I wanted to respect this and come back up here. If it does, that'd be solid. This is the type of fib that Paint would be like, okay, this looks better on the daily time frame because it's just one whole bearish push. He would say this looks better to fib a daily time frame rather than EU, which I'll be like, okay, yes, I agree with that. But anyways, just I want to see this drop. I want to see GBPUSD. Shut up. But yeah, I want to see GU drop. But I would rather have gone into this entry Like I'll just do that illustration. I would rather see this happen for me to hop into. Dang, that's a lot of pips though. I probably won't even hold this whole trade, to be honest with you. Probably take like almost all my profits right here. All right, I'm glad you don't disagree with the EU. That's good to hear. But yeah, so and yeah, as much as I hate trend lines, they be hitting. I do have 2 touches right here on GU. If you go on the lower time frame, it's 3 touches. And I want to see what this looks like. No, I don't like that. I don't like a channel for this. Never mind. I don't like a channel. I just use a trend line. So we do have 2 touches on this trend line. Like I said, on the lower time frame, it's probably 3 or something like that. But it's obviously in an uptrend. Like no matter how you look at this, it's in an uptrend, except for when it broke right here. When it broke this higher high, then that's when it broke in. Then I'm like, okay, now I'm just gonna start looking for sells. And then retest up here would be ideal again. But if I don't get it, arbitrage. That's what I have it for. So get rid of that. I've been talking about the same setup for like the past how many weeks, so that's the reason why I'm not going too in depth with GU. Like if I've already said it like more than a couple of times. But we'll look at the daily time frame. Same thing, rejected off of the upper danger zone, and then dropped a little bit. Would love for it to come back up, come up even a little higher, and then end up dropping. I hate the way how the daily looks for any type of buy or sell or anything like that. It looks terrible. 4-hour time frame is currently at the upper danger zone, and it's the Atlas, like the cloud that's behind this, it's showing that it's probably going to start selling, but I'm not quite certain yet. And I probably should have gone to the lower time frame to take a look at this bearish 4-hour candle, but it's fine. 1-hour time frame called for the sell right here. I hate the way how it retested when it came down here, but it still retested nonetheless and then dropped. So I missed this opportunity right here. But 15-minute time frame, I don't want to go to 30. Called for a buy. And like I said, I want to see personally GU go bullish some more and go for a buy. So with that being said, and I hate how many pips it is away from my possible entry, 11 pips. Yeesh, it's not a lot, but at the same time, a 10 pip stop loss could be all the difference in a successful trade and a failing trade. So this was market open. Price came and closed that gap up. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get into a buy right here on GU. Because again, like I said, I want to see GU go bullish. And the stop loss is only for visual representation. This isn't going to be my actual stop loss. Although it's not a bad stop loss, 25 pips. That's not terrible at all. But I'm going to set my arbitrage alert to tell me when to get out of this trade. So first of all, GU, new order, buy. Okay. So GU, arbitrage, long exit all, once per bar close. So the candlestick has to close before it send me the alert, and I'll create, and I have to go and delete my last week's orders because I'm not looking at any of those right now. And we'll see how this goes. I'm not trying to take it up here. Let me see. 1-hour time frame. That is probably where we will see some resistance because of that RSI line. So, but that's cool. Ain't nobody scared of that. 4-hour. 4-hour is still valid for a buy, so I'm okay with that. Let's see. I mean, I'm totally fine with taking it to equal highs. That's 100 pips. Yeah, let's take it to equal highs. How about that? So this trade setup that I'm getting into, enter right here. Like I said, that stop loss is for visual purposes only. I'm using arbitrage for that for this trade, and I'll put my take profit at 1.31614, which is pretty much equal highs from when was the 21st, from Wednesday. So yeah, that's the trade I'm in for GU, and we'll see how that plays out. Let's go on to AUDUSD. And then let me actually put this as green. If I lose 20 something pips, I'm cool with that. All right. I know the risk that I'm putting in my trade. This is going to be like a 0.05% risk. And if I can change this color, that'd be great. I literally don't, you know what? I'm not going to worry about that right now. Okay. It's better if I show this on the 4 hour rather than here. All right. So 4 hour time frame had this bearish push to the downside. As you can see, this is where the 0% on the Fibonacci is, and then it dropped down right here. I was looking and seeing that if this was if this was a head and shoulders pattern, and if price does come up over here and hits this resistance where it so happens to line up with the 78.6 of this drop, I'm selling the crap out of AUDUSD. This just looks like a really, really good setup right here. I know that Payne and CJ, they had gone into they wanted to get into the buys as well, but price never went down to reach their limit, so that was unfortunate. And I unfortunately got out at 10 pips in profit in this trade, and that's my unfortunate part, right? But still, want to see this happen. Because like I said, if that hits, that's going to be a solid setup for me. So I'm just waiting for that to happen. It's at the 50% fib. It came up and wicked the 61.8. I don't know why there looks like, oh, there's not a gap. I'm tripping. It came up to the 61.8. So if it does end up dropping, that might be depressing. But yeah, I want up here, I want this head and shoulders to be filled nicely and then drop. So let's go ahead. I'm going to delete this because there's no need for it to be up. So let's go ahead and go to arbitrage, see what RB talking about. Get rid of all that. Daily time frame, I'm pretty sure it's calling for, yep, still calling for that sell. So if it does come up here and it closes over this RSI line, it will call for the buy on the daily time frame, which then I'll be kind of cautious. If I was still looking to sell, I'll be like, I'm a little cautious. And it all depends on how these candlesticks form that I'll be making my bias, right? But 4 hour time frame wise, I think it's already called for, yeah, it's already called for the buy. It's already retested. That's the trade that I got into that I said that I got out so early. It just, oops, I did not mean to do that. And go ahead and close that off. And I'll go back to that trade. I'll go back to that the way how I drew it up. But price went bullish, retested the RSI line, then made a higher high right here. Definitely made a higher high because once this candle closed right here, once this right candle closed above this, that was the higher high, right? And so I technically can't be in the trade because I don't want to buy from right here and then have price drop down. Like that would make no sense to me for right now, unless like the 15-minute or the small time frame gave me a better and give me entry right here. Then sure. 1 hour time frame looks like it still wants to go bullish. It called for the buy right here, retested the RSI line to the upside. I mean, everything is still pointing up. So it still looks like it's going to go for a buy. The level pro right here, it's pointing up. Everything is over the ground zero. The arbitrage Z, everything's over ground zero. So this should still be going bullish. And again, and I need to show this illustration more on the 4 hour. Price is in a downward channel, in a nice downward channel. So if it comes up and again it hits that 78.6, which it all matches up with the 4 hour. If you come to the upper danger zone, it all comes up there and it respects there. Again, I'm selling the crap out of AUDUSD. Nothing's gonna stop me. Let me see. Oh, I should set my alert for the. Okay, so you see, boom, look, 15-minute time frame. It's calling for a sell, and it's still at the RSI line. But I like the hourly. I low-key want to use the hourly alert more than the 15-minute alert, because the 15-minute alert can fake me out, while the hourly alert can actually get me. I'm not going to take this trade. I'm not going to take it at all. But for those of you who might want to, and this is for those risky traders, for those of you who might want to, by the way, I'm buying GU. So if I'm buying GU, most likely AU might follow. You can go ahead and take price up to 0.71600. I'm not telling you if what your stop losses or anything like that. But if I do get the exit alert on AUDUSD, I'll be more than happy to tell you, oh, my exit for AUDUSD has been called. So I suggest that you get out the sell. But again, everything is still pointing up to the upside. And again, this just looks nice. So good luck to those who are trading that. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to GA, fifth pair. GA is the fifth pair I look at. And I can't wait. Tomorrow my mic should be here so that I can sound a little bit better when I'm doing these calls. All right, so GA, let's see what we had here. So, whoa, would you look at where GA is at? It's in my buy box. I had this set up from last week where I wanted price to drop down. It's definitely in my buy area. Dang, I can't believe I didn't even set an alert right here. I should have set an alert because I would have been in profits. But yeah, guys, it's in my buy box. It's still in my buy box. So if you would like, you can get in. I'm gonna go ahead and set a buy limit back down here and I'm gonna be like, okay, hopefully price decides to come back and take me out. Or like get me in the trade. I would be hoping for that, but if it doesn't happen, then hey, it is what it is. I'll hold that loss. Daily time frame. Go and point out to you guys why I'm looking for a buy here. Oops, didn't need to do that. But I need to hide the fib. And I need to hide this box. So, do you guys see how many times price had came up to this very zone and rejected to the downside? It's rejected both once, twice, 3 times. Didn't necessarily even come up here, but 4 times on the daily time frame and rejected each and every time. But then here we see that price broke and it's retesting it. Now, I don't really care for this bearish candle right here that I'm seeing. Don't really care for it. But at the same time, if price is going to respect this support, because that's what it is now, it was once a resistance, but now it's a support. If price respects it, then I fully expect it to go to the upside. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that it'll go to the upside. I just drew this for like a rejection zone. Oops. Don't want it gone. I just want it to hide. Right? And so right now, what I'm expecting off of this move here, again, is for it to come to the next move to the upside, which price hasn't been up here for a while now. Came down to this zone, faked out, went back up. That's crazy. But yeah, I do want it to come back up to this zone because it never did retest it once it broke through on the weekly time frame. and never retested it. So that's a very interesting area to me. And I'm just going to be a nerd. I know that Payne knows exactly what I'm about to do. Damn. All the way up here? No, I'm not trying to, I'm not even going to forecast that. I just wanted to play around and see what it looks like, but that'd be interesting. But yeah, I'm still very much bullish on GA. Let me go ahead and go to arbitrage. See what are we talking about. That 1 hour time frame is definitely not looking biased, but the 15-minute I bet is. All right, so yeah, 15-minute time frame definitely is calling for a buy. So again, I'm still setting my alert right here, like at 1.82877. I'm setting the buy limit there. If I don't get it in, oh well, it is what it is. I'll cry in my sleep, and I'm joking. But I'll go ahead and set the exit alert, long exit all, for the 15-minute time frame. And for those that if you want to get in right now, oh, alert saving failed. That means I have too many alerts on. Let me go ahead and change that. I'm just going to take off like 3 or 4. So I got those 2 on. Oh, I'm already out this trade. This trade already hit my take profit. So first of all, yeah, that thing already hit take profit. That was a good Friday trade. That's like one of my better Friday trades. If I do say so myself. Delete that. Got that entrance already. Delete that. Exit all alert. Delete that. I already had a long exit all alert for AUDUSD. That's funny. I have so many of these alerts. All right. So again, go back. GA. I'm gonna go ahead and set up my buy exit alert on. So if I get that alert, then I'll go ahead and send that out into the group chat. But if I don't get it, then of course that means that price kept on going to the upside and you would be in profits if I don't say anything. And of course, if I get into my regular entry, I'll say it. Daily time frame. I loved how it caught for the buy, retested this, then went bullish. Let's go to the weekly real quick though, because this is what I'm like really interested to see. So we had seen that for a couple weeks, price came down, and then it was respecting this this lower danger zone for a little bit after it even faked out to the downside. It's still calling for it's still saying that it's not necessarily selling, because if you look at the level pro, you see that over here we have one line that's past the ground zero. Then over here as well we have the purple line past ground zero. So it's looking like it's selling. I don't care for this weekly candle right here. I really do despise it. But sometimes candlesticks be lying, because I'll show you guys right here where a candlestick will lie to our face. See that? Price went bullish, closed down over here, but then what did it do right after? It gave a doji candle and kept going to the upside. So again, candlesticks be lying sometimes. There was even right here a bearish engulfing candle. So that's like 3 weekly candles that could have been like, oh, I'm selling, I'm selling, I'm selling. Nope, it went bullish. Candlesticks be lying all the time. So with that being said, 15-minute time frame, GA. If you are looking to get into the buy right now, be my guest. I'm looking to get into a little bit. I'm trying to get, yeah, that's what I like to see right there. I want to see price come a little lower. Come retest this RSI line, and then I'll get in. If my alert tells me to get out the trade, then I'm out of there. And it's, how many pips is it? It's not even that many pips, and it's not even that far. Look, 8 pips. So if you're down, Be my guest. Gonna go ahead and go on to EA. All right, EA. I had called this sell on Friday. This is pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie. Off of the 78.6, boom to the upside. I would love, because I got out of this trade on Friday because I'm like, I'm good, enjoy. I'd find another opportunity later because I always can. I would love for price if price came back down here. I'm being for those who are already in this trade, y'all are like, nah, what are you talking about? I don't want to hear that mess. Well, unfortunately, that's what I want to see. I'm just playing around. But yeah, I still fully expect price to go bullish up to the up over here, back up to these recent highs, or even higher. Let's go on the daily time frame. It's kind of just like GA, right? We had this zone right here where it failed to break multiple times. 1, 2. If you want to count this, 3, 4. When it came down for the break, retest, then drop. It was consolidating in this zone. We were playing in this zone for a good amount of time, just eating off of this. But yeah, guys, I do want to see price come back up to this high and maybe even possibly come up over here to the extension. That's what I would love to see. Like that would be like, yeah, buddy, making some money off of that. But if not, I mean, like I said, price just got that. The price just hit up here. Let's just get it. Let's just get it come back to the equal highs. How about that? If you still want to try to get in, by all means. But like I said, I'm trying to look for another re-entry so I can take the exact same trade. It's at the 60. It's chilling right there at the 61.8. And yeah, by all means, let me actually get rid of this real quick. Oh, that is a crazy daily doji candle. So let's see what happens. Let's go on to 15 minutes. It's calling for a sell. So that's one thing. Like I said, if you're still in the trade from last week, then by all means, you can look to be kind of exiting. I would just take partials because that entry was solid. Because look, the 1 hour, dang, I might not even get that entry again down here because the 1 hour is called for a buy. And it's looking like it's retesting this RSI line. I might get into this. And this is why I love arbitrage. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get into this. Once per bar close, create. And it'll be literally just like the other trade. It's just like a second entry to it. If you want short-term wise, by all means, you could take it up to 1.66950. If you want to take that for short term, but long term, I'm trying to take that all the way up to that recent high. So new order, buy, and then stop loss is definitely not this low. Or you know what, I would put it there for just like I said, for visual like for visual reasons, but for me honestly, it's probably gonna risk like about like right here. This is what I'm probably going to risk realistically, which is like 20 pips. Once that alert goes off, I'm getting out the trade and I'll just wait for another opportunity. Simple as that. Not going to be in the trade for this long and just be like, oh, just like EN on Thursday. EN was a bad trade, but it's going to turn around. Because look, even with this, even if you have this type of trade where you're trying to get 86 pips, you're risking 60 pips. That's a 1 to 1.43. Not my cup of tea. So yeah, let's go on to the 4 hour time frame. This is what I don't like seeing right here. Break, retest. Ugh. Oh man. Okay, so like I said, I'm going with the 1 hour time frame trade. That's what I'm basing this entry off of. If I don't get it, I'll get out, and I would still try to play the 78.6. But I hate how this 4 hour is looking, especially with this last wick to the upside like that. I really don't like that, because this looks like a perfect sell opportunity to me on the 4 hour arbitrage, and these be hitting hard. So just gotta be careful with EA right now, apparently. Let's go to the daily real quick before I go on to EG. Daily time frame came all the way up to the 3 deviation. Won't be surprised if price comes back down over here. I'm tempted to get out the trade, but I'm still going to hold that 1 hour trade because, again, that's what I'm basing this trade off of. And if I take my loss, then it is what it is. Like I said, as long as you're risking the same amount of pips regardless per each one of these trades, you should be fine. Even the weekly, man, come on. Fib that daily? Yes, sir. Let me see that. Yeah, you're right. Let me fib that daily. And it was a nice break and retest off of this RSI line too. Hold on, let me go to a different EURAUD one so I can do that without having to disrupt this chart. Okay. I mean, everything is still calling bullish for this, obviously, for obvious reasons, right? So I'm going to do here first. 71% is right there, back to these lows. And then I'm going to do this one, because I know that this is what you want to see, Peyton. As much as I don't want it to happen, it's a very much likely possibility for price to come back down here. As much as I really don't want to see that, it's very likely for price to come back down here, especially because, I mean, it did retest here sort of, but I don't want it to happen. Again, I don't possibly think it's going to happen, but when I see the weekly looking like this and it rejected off of there after this single sell call, which if you traded this on the weekly, if you traded this trade on the weekly time frame, then you're in deep red. But still, I'm not feeling it. That makes me really want to get out of the trade, but I'm going to hold my guns and follow the setup that I have. Again, my alert is on, so if anything happens, then, and if this alert goes off, then we'll get out the trade. Simple as that. No need to fret. We're only risking like 20 pips on this move anyways. So let's go ahead and go over to EURGBP. This was a nice trade. And for a Friday, like I said, that was pretty decent. But anyways, I still have this exact same setup for EG. For when this bullish move happened, I wanted to come down to the 78.6. It never did. It didn't even come down to the 71. It's just been coming to the 61.8 and then been going bullish. And so, well, not even that it's gone bullish. Let me get rid of this actually real quick. Hide that and hide that, right? What has price been really doing here? Playing the range, right? Over here in no man's land, still expected to come up here maybe, but I'm out the trade. But it's been playing the range, basically. It's just been playing the range. So no need to really do anything other than buy and sell until you get an impulsive move to the upside. If you're still on that trade from Friday, I don't know why you are. Trade should hit TP. And I'm still gonna just wait and see how this plays out. Like I want to see if it's gonna go bullish, then I really needed to see it break the zone before I get before I get in where it's currently at right now. If it comes lower and then it comes to my 71 fib or my 78.6, then that's money for me. But other than that, I'm just sitting on my hands with this trade as well. So there's that. Let's go on to the 1 hour time frame. Nice arbitrage, simple break and retest. That's what got me into the trade in the first place. Break, retest, upside. That was nice. Let's go into the 4 hours. Probably going to call for a buy very shortly. Oh, yeah, it did call for a buy on Friday. But this isn't my, I don't like how that looks, so that's not my setup. Go on to the daily. And the daily is calling for sells right now. Broke, retested, wicked it, and then it looks like it might drop. So again, for the buy right now is not my look. I don't want to try to get into a buy where it's at right now, not anymore at least. When it was down at that 61.8, I was all for it. So head and shoulders on the 4 hour. Ooh, Tressie with the hits. Let me see what she's talking about. Let me see that real quick. Oh yeah, I see that. I see. Ooh, yes. Mm-hmm. If you want to look at it this way, absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, that push to the downside, that's what's looking nice to me. That's what's definitely looking nice to me. And last but not least, let me fib this real quick. Ooh, yeah, come on. Come on. Because this was really the reason why I actually, if I remember correctly, this was actually the reason why I had gotten into the buy. I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy this retracement. But yeah, I've already missed my entry. If price so happens to come back up here, nice. But I already missed my entry for the sell. So, but yeah, y'all know why I'm here because watch this matchup so nicely with what I want. 61.8. Bro, okay, buy a couple pips, whatever, but it's still the setup what I want. By 19 pips, I can live with that. Y'all know why I'm here. I want price to come down here, go bullish. Y'all know exactly why I'm here. All right, let's go on to EURNZD. This one, this pair right here, got me into some trouble. And for those who got this wick hit, y'all are upset just like me. Trust me, because that made me a little hot. But yeah, I'm gonna have to move this down here now. It's the same thing though, so it's not really much of a difference. But if I'm gonna be fairly correct, let me just get rid of this overall though. I still want to see EN come up here. Like there's nothing that's telling me that it's not, especially since it just came down here and with my stop loss. That's even more reason why I feel like it's gonna go bullish. But again, it really did come and hit my stop loss, so I can't really complain. That's my setup that I like. Nope, I'm gonna do EURCAD right after this. Yeah, I still very much fully believe that price is gonna come back up here to retest this to then drop because go on to the daily time frame. and then get rid of these. We have this bearish push from right here to the downside. I wanted that retracement up to the 71%. It definitely hit that, then dropped. So from right here, if I was selling this long term, my stop loss would be at break even, and I'd be looking for just a re-entry, which I do want price to come back up here and then drop again. So that's basically what I'm looking for with this EN trade. I'm not currently in it. I got out on Friday, like as I said, but I still expect it to go bullish. Let's go on to the 1 hour time frame. Not really caring for how the daily time frame on this looks like. It is definitely under this RSI line, but like I said, I still want it to come back up, retest, and then drop. Might not happen. Let's go into the 4 hour. 4 hour time frame already called for that sell, so this would be most beneficial for me to see. Although up here wouldn't be really that much, but it'd be, like I said, it'd be beneficial for me to see that. 1 hour time frame called for the buy, retesting right here. That's perfect. I might get into this because the gap that happened. Wait, this is, yeah, the gap that happened. Price already closed it up. Wait, no, it didn't. It definitely did not close that gap up. But how many pips is this from my ideal entry? 10 pips. I'm going to go ahead and set a buy limit right here at 1.77118. If you want, you can go ahead and get into this trade right now. Damn, I forgot about this right here. So I'm going to go ahead and close that out. Let's see how many pips this is. This is 125. I could live with that. 50 pips though? I mean, why not? If you trade a 0.10, that's $50 you lost. It's not terrible. And Ian doesn't even pay like that, so it probably be less than $50 if you trade a 0.10 like that. But I definitely still want to get up here. This is a 1 to 4.6 if you get the entry right here. If you don't, and you just, man, this is still 1 to 3. I might get in this right now. I'll just have it like this for you guys to get in right now, but the stop loss will be 60 pips instead of 50. So just know. But of course, as per usual, I'm going to have my alert, long exit all, tell me when to get out. So boom. At this point, it's up to you whether if you want to get in right here or not. I probably will, just to be honest. Especially since my previous entry was like up here. Yeah, this is a better entry regardless. So I'm taking this trade. Are you keeping cow painting? I'm so terrible. Okay. So that is for EURNZD. Again, like I said, I have my alert set. So if that alert goes off, then I'm out of there. EURCAD. So I gave this trade on Discord only because I can do that. I'm nice like that. So came back in my sell zone, 71% instead of my 78.6. I like that. Let me go ahead and get rid of this though real quick. Daily time frame, overall, what I was talking about, I wanted the price to come up here, then drop. It's still at this area. So for my daily time frame, long-term traders, go ahead if you want. Boom, you're in a good sell right now. But just going off of, based off of previous or most recent, the most recent trade, like what happened, because I called the sell from right here and then drop. I would love to sell it like right about now, which I hate buying two euro pairs and then I want to sell this, but as you guys can see, it's in my sell box. So I'm definitely looking to sell this right now. Anywhere in this sell box, I'm down to sell. Let me see what arbitrage is telling me though. Because like I said, again, daily time frame, this is the move for me right now. For it to go retest and continue to the downside, that's the move daily time frame wise. Unless, of course, it comes in hits like 1.5664 or something like that. But let's go on to arbitrage. That 1 hour time frame looking weak, so the 4 hour time frame must be looking nice. Oh, I lied. It doesn't look nice. No, I don't like seeing that. Bounced off the RSI line, went bullish. This trade might still be a little bit too early for arbitrage on the like 1 hour and stuff like that for the like most recent time frame action, but still has a call on the daily. It is over the RSI line here, but it has to close before that happens, and things are starting to point up. So EURCAD might not be trying to sell right now, to be honest. But 15-minute time frame gave us that sell. So y'all know what time it is. Y'all know exactly why I'm here. Short exit all, once per bar close, create, I'm selling. This trade markup that I'm putting is just for visual representation. But realistically speaking, off of this setup, just off of my regular setup, this is the type of trade that I'm looking for. I already have my alert set up for arbitrage, so I don't need it anymore right now. But this is why I'm here. Risking 30 pips to get 128 pips. And if we're talking about the overall trade, where I want this to go down to, then this is gonna be suicide. But it's a 1 to 11. That's funny. That's funny how once you have a higher place that you're trying to go to is like this is a big number like that. But yeah, I'm still, like I said, 30 pips for 336 pips. That's a 1 to 11. Like that's nice. So EURCAD, I'm gonna go ahead and get into that sell once again. And again, arbitrage, if it tells me to get out, then I'm out of there. And I'll update the chat. Okay, let's go ahead and go on to Bitcoin. Why not? This is going to be this is a long one today, but it's fine. Let's get some decent setups. Start the week off strong. All right, so Bitcoin sold recent price action. Like obviously my get out of here. Hold on, he ain't talking shit. All right. So yeah, this my stop loss got decimated, but this is the reason why we use stop loss, right? Stop losses. Go ahead and remove all this. Let's go to the bigger picture of Bitcoin, because I'm happy that I'm really happy that I'm glad and seeing that this is going bullish. But you guys, we have to be careful here. This was the last time. Remember what happened last time when price came up here? It just started to crash. And I do love this weekly close on Bitcoin as well. This is nice. This is very nice for me to see if I want to see Bitcoin continuing to buy, because as most of you know, and if for those who've been in my channel for a very long time, I've been saying buy Bitcoin, buy Ripple, buy Ethereum. When they go lower, buy some more. When they go even lower, buy some more, because as you can see, this is still sustaining. For all those that was talking mad crap when price was down here, look at it now. How much of an increase is this? 149% increase. for all those that were talking crap about Bitcoin, because like I said, I've been trading Bitcoin a lot recent as of late for just like trading purposes, but nah, man, nobody can really tell me anything about Bitcoin. The other cryptos they haven't caught up, but Bitcoin is definitely bullish, and this is probably because of that PayPal news. But again, we have to be careful right here. I'm cracked out for doing this. 61.8 Fibonacci level from this bearish push when Bitcoin came to 20,000, right? So we got to really be careful what price is going to do. If you're buying this on your trading account, good luck to you. That's all I can say. Good luck to you if you're buying this on your trading account right now, because I'm a little skeptical about this. If anything, I'd rather see something like this. Continuation to the upside. And that's what I would rather see if I'm trying to buy Bitcoin. I'm not going to just buy it right here. And especially since price hasn't even came up to this 78.6 level where it could really do some damage, then I'm not interested in buying right now. Unless, and even if I'm trying to like, oh, I want to invest in Bitcoin, yada yada, you can. If you want to buy it at this expensive as price, you can. That's like you want to pay full price for a TV when you could just wait a couple of weeks for it to potentially go down. If you want to, you can, but I don't care for buying Bitcoin as high as it is up here. There's no way in hell I'm going to buy some right now. I'd rather go on to the other cryptocurrencies and look for sales over there. But anyways, go on to the 1 hour time frame because I want to talk about recent price action. Right? So get rid of this. So we have this bearish push to the downside on Bitcoin over the weekend. And it's funny because I was going to sell this, but if I would have tried to sell, my stop loss might have gone hit. I want to see price come back up to, you know why I'm here, my 78.6 zone, or 61.8 to 78.6 zone, respect it, and then continue the drop. That's what I would love to see for Bitcoin. If it doesn't happen, I'm not selling and all that stuff. And if it does happen, this is my stop loss. And if it gets hit, then it is what it is. Boom. There you go. 151 pips for 694 pips. And if you ask me, there is a lot that price needs to go back and retest. Cough, cough, 12,000. Because if you go into the 4 hour time frame and you go to the past, look how over here back at 12,000 it was struggling, and even when it came up to 12,500 it was struggling, which is the 61.8 extension. That's pretty nice, man. Was not exactly there, but it's basically there. So that is what I'm looking for on Bitcoin. I just want that retracement into the downside. I'm not gonna look at it on arbitrage because, well, why not? Just to entertain you guys. I'm just playing, not to entertain, but arbitrage 15-minute has just been playing games. It does want to buy, but it's like I said, it's playing games, so wouldn't depend on that. 1 hour time frame, called for that sell right here. That looks disgusting to me. And after that bearish move, I don't like it either. 4 hour time frame hasn't even came close to looking to sell this yet, so that should just tell you guys all about what arbitrage is looking at. So yeah, let's go on over to Mr. Gold. I'll probably look at Ripple later on. I just want to get these pairs situated and handled. All right, so gold last week faked me out, and for a very stupid reason, but it happened. It'd be like that sometimes. But overall, let's not even talk about over here right now. Let's just talk about current price and what price is doing right now. this isn't valid anymore until otherwise. Okay, so price gave this bearish push to the downside. Was this today? Oh my, that was today. Yeesh, gold. Okay. Price gave this bearish move to the downside. Retest. I wanted to see the retest off of this channel, which it kind of didn't do. It actually pushed up a little. Wait, no. Got to do this. There you go. Which it pushed up to this 50% zone right here, which if you go onto the 1 hour time frame, I'm pretty sure it looks a little different than that. But I had a sell limit here thanks to Payton that it got activated and then price dropped, and it's still not in this channel. It's out of that channel. So I'm still looking for sells, but it needs to break this first before I'm comfortable saying that this is going to continue to the downside, which it has not. Therefore, I still want price to come back up here, reject off of this channel. I'm not trying to get in like in the middle of nowhere right here, unless arbitrage is going to give me a setup. Then other than that, no, I'm good. Let me go on to the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, it's from right here. This is how Payton had it set up. Yeah, that's way better. I thought so. I was like, that doesn't look accurate for how Payton would trade. But anyways, yep, need this to pop back up and then drop. Let me just fib this most recent price action. And so drop. Yeah, if I can get this still, it could be nice for a sell. But other than that, I'm just waiting. I'm not going to try to buy or sell it where it's at right now. There's no way. Unless, of course, RB tells me what's up. Yeah, if anything, it's only the 15-minute time frame that's telling me to buy. That'll be literally only it. Even that, it hasn't called for it. So yeah, I'm good on this for right now. I'll set up an alert for those who want it because I'm pretty sure there's people who want to buy Bitcoin gold right now. Long once per bar close create. And so yeah, that's for gold. Like again, I'm not looking to do anything to it right now until either A gets back in that channel or B it breaks through that support. So let's go on to Dow Jones. I accidentally got rid of, wait, no, I didn't. I don't think I did. Yeah, it's still here. All right. For those who are still holding this trade, good job, because I sure as hell didn't. But yeah, I still expect, oh, but it actually did come down to this part where you would have taken your partials, but still would want Dow Jones to come down to right here. Right now, I really don't see a move that I like. It kind of looks like gold where it has to break through this. Well, obviously it has to break through this for me and break through here now, since it kind of looks like it gave a fake out before it keeps going. But let me get rid of all that because I'm not even in that trade anymore. If you look at this from this bullish push to the upside on the 4 hour, look where the Dow Jones is at. And this is mostly something that I didn't even pay attention to while I was back testing this weekend. But yeah, this can definitely push up. Now I see it paying because he was telling me that he thinks it's gonna still buy. But yeah, I definitely see the push to the upside. This is a hugely bullish. It's not even close to what it is. But it all depends on what price does here. because if I'm, wait, this is supposed to be buy, not a sell, right? Because if I'm looking at it from this point of view, hide that and hide that. Oops. If I'm looking at it from here, from this bearish push to the downside, which I don't care, like I said, if that's not how you're supposed to draw a fib or anything like that, we can't deny that price respected this area, and it's still in this area where it can just impulsively drop. I can't really deny that. So just gotta wait. You just gotta be patient, wait and see what happens. I still think that it could. I still think that it can drop. If I remember correctly, it is in a downward channel, or is that just S&P? That might be just the S&P. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily, but it still looks like 1, 2, 3. Would have loved if the touch came down here or up here. That would have been so much better. But yeah, I'm still looking for sells on this. I would love for price to break out either way, but it's at the middle of this channel, so we got to be careful. And let's go on to arbitrage for it to give us a really good verdict. All right, so 15-minute time frame. Same thing, just like how it looks like with gold. I'm just gonna go ahead and set arbitrage for a long, because I know that there's people that wants to buy it, including myself right now. One-hour time frame. It's chilling at the lower danger zone. So that is something to watch for. 4-hour called for the sell out on this impulsive bearish move, yeah, but I don't really like seeing that right now. And then the daily doesn't know what it wants in life. It's chilling at this upper danger zone as well. It's been chilling here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days since it came down here. So want to see that drop. I want to see what the weekly looks like. Bruh. And even the weekly is right here chilling. Technically speaking, if I was trading this on the weekly time frame, then I would still kind of be in the trade. But I'm not ridiculous like that. Like there. Yeesh, that'd be major drawdown, bruh. But anyways, yeah, I want to wait and see what the Dow Jones is going to do. I'm not giving a call on it just yet because it can literally do anything. That 15-minute time frame though, that looks solid. So we'll see how that goes. I don't think S&P looks any different, and I'm not going to look at the tacos today. I don't really care for looking at USD Mexican right now. But like I said, as for S&P, I think it's probably the same thing. So you just might it did come back up to up here on my channel. This is what happens when you mark up and you don't pay attention. It did come up to this channel, to this upper part of the channel, and it respected it. But I would have loved it if it did that, not on Friday, but today or something like that. But still rejected off of this. Can't deny that, and off of the trend line. So yeah, we could possibly see this push up and then drop. I would love to see that. So other than that, guys, if price can come back up here and I'll sell it, I'll try to sell it, but I won't really do anything much to it. But anyways, is there anything else? Is there any other pairs you guys would like me to go over? I've already gone a lot. I've already talked a lot. I feel like I talked a lot at least. Nothing. All right. All right. Well, I appreciate y'all for being on here. And as per usual, recording will be up very shortly. Well, not very shortly, but it'll be up as soon as possible. Thank y'all for tuning in, and let's make some money this week. Let's make some cash money out here. No problem. No problem. All right. I'm out.